显得孤傲，是自己的败类种。
Hey, welcome to my channel. This is my first ever video on YouTube. Anyway, so I thought it would be fun as a first video to do myths and facts from my personal experience on the facts part about being autistic. And I only found this article, so that's what I'm basing it off of, because I think we should just hop right into it, because no one likes a really okay, anyway, no one likes a super duper long video. I don't, because can't focus for that long. So let's get into it. The first myth is autism is a new condition. Yeah, I'm hearing the crickets too, not just you. Autism has been around for very, very long. The 1800s or something. I don't know the history behind having autism. Obviously you do some research if you have an individual that is autistic. So for that one, I don't really know. This second one, autism is caused by vaccines. Who made that up? Who made that up? No. Okay, so personally, others might think this because obviously there are some Facebook moms on there, that think that autism was caused by the COVID vaccine and other vaccines like the flu vaccine. I don't know all the vaccines because I don't really sit in bed and look at that. So I personally do not believe that it was caused by the coronavirus vaccine, because one, I had the vaccine. Oh, I did not. What am I saying? I was diagnosed at 3 years old, and COVID was not a thing. It might have been in the trenches of wherever it came from, but I was 3 years old when I got diagnosed with high functioning autism, and I did not take no vaccines, I don't think. That's a mama question. And personally, I did not get the COVID vaccine because got some stuff going on in here, okay? And yeah. The third one, number 3, individuals with autism can't feel love, are unable or unwilling to form meaningful social relationships, and can't feel empathy. I can't speak on everyone with autism because, there's a whole umbrella of types of autism, like high functioning, all of that. But personally for me, I have been in relationships before. I've loved them. Most, not saying all, most children love their parents, and I feel like that's a deeper love than you could ever have with a partner. I don't think that people with autism are unwilling to form meaningful relationships, because a lot of people with autism do go out of their comfort zone most of the time. You know, like every day, just like going out, or, you know, going to school if you're still in school. That's an uncomfortable situation if you are neurodivergent. If you know, have a learning disability, it's not easy going to school every day and learning. It's going out of your comfort zone most of the time. So on the empathy part, I personally feel empathy. I know in some more severe cases that they might not understand empathy, and I think they just need a little shove to like.
One eternity later.
Hey guys, I got a little food still. As I was saying on the whole empathy thing, I just think that people with more severe autism just need a push and need to be understood on, you know, how hard it is to learn empathy if, you know, someone has those problems and like can't like feel empathy, you know? But I do believe that people with autism do feel empathy. Alright.
Was this number 5?
Oh, this is number 4. Number 4. Autistic individuals are violent. So, my take might be different for everyone because, you know, obviously I'm not in people's heads. But as a child, you know, I would get frustrated or, you know, sensory overload or anything like that. But like I would hurt myself, like, you know, hit myself, you know, stuff like that. But I do not believe that every individual with autism are violent. I think they can be, but that's not all they are. So I'm just gonna leave it at that because, you know, that's a huge thing to assume or, you know, say. Yeah. Number 5. Autism can be cured. Who's gonna tell them? Anyway. What? Autism cannot be cured. It's, you know, in your head, obviously. I think that it can be, I don't want to say the word controlled because that seems like there's something wrong with it, but there is like behavioral therapy and like, you know, if you're nonverbal, like speech therapy and stuff like that. But it cannot be cured. No matter how some parents, you know, want it to be. Like, I know that sometimes it's very hard to raise a child with autism. Let's get to the facts. Sorry guys, I'm like on a new website. So we'll get back to you when I find it.
One eternity later.
Okay, I found some. Okay, anyway, that's not the point. People with autism often have strengths in creative aspects. I believe that, but also, you know, people with autism might also have strengths in, like, you know, different things, like schoolwork or, you know, like mechanical wise, you know, but often they have strengths in creative aspects. People with autism can live on their own. Yes, guys, we can live on our own. People with more severe autism often live with their parents, or, you know, anyone with autism, or even without autism, would like to live with their parents. Me personally, I plan to live with my family for a long time. It's hard for parents of autistic kids, you know, it's not just hard for, you know, a person with autism, it's hard for the parents as well. Because it's like, it's not new per se, but, you know, if you have one kid with autism or you end up having multiple, it's just like a lot more that you have to take care of because of how we function. Many autistic people have sensory issues to sounds, light, textures, and smells. This is true. You know, I might do another video on, like, what's, you know, for me personally, or, like, you know, for other autistic people. I can't, you know, say that I know every person in the world, because, you know, I don't. But, I might do another video on, you know, what's good textures to wear, you know, some things that have helped me through, you know, sensory overload. Yeah, I would say this is true. You know, it could be light. Sometimes it feels a lot brighter than it actually is. For sounds, that's a big issue for me. Like, if it's too loud, or like you're wearing headphones or something, it feels like your ears are bleeding. Yeah, it feels like they're ringing all the time, like if it's really loud or something. So yeah, I definitely think that's true. Autism is spectrum, meaning every autistic person is different. That is absolutely true. Some might not have sensory issues, some might, some, you know, like I said, have strengths in different hobbies or, you know, learning wise. Like, it is a spectrum, and, you know, people might not seem like they have it, but, you know, you'd be surprised by how much autism is, you know, I wouldn't say hidden, but like masked. A lot of autistic people, personally for me, for a quarter of my life, like in school and stuff, I like masked it a lot because, you know, it's, I wouldn't say like embarrassing, but back then it was embarrassing. People, you know, treat you differently when they learn at first, and then like they get used to it, but it's not easy saying that you struggle through like school and stuff. And I think that's all we got. Yeah, that's all we got. So I don't know how to do an outro because this is my first video, but thank you for watching. Yeah. Thank you for watching. I will try to post often. You know, this channel is for, you know, autistic people or friends of autistic people or parents, especially parents of autistic people. This channel is just like my experiences. Maybe like, you know, I thought that it would be good to show awareness for autism because growing up I didn't have anything like this, so it's nice. to be that person that can spread awareness about it and stuff. I'm sorry if this video was really crappy. This is my first video. I was kind of nervous. I mean, a lot nervous, like, oh my gosh. My Instagram will be in the outro or whatever that's called. Please like and subscribe, please, you guys. It'd be nice. I hope you like this video, and I hope it spreads awareness on, you know, everything. So bye.